Welcome back to my channel. This is a continuation from last week, which was about spotting toxic people. Today is about dealing with those toxic people. If this is your first time here, please subscribe and also hit that bell. Do you want to know how to deal with toxic people? Stay with me a few minutes. I am the Comfortable Counselor. I'm here to help you write your chapter 2. So relax, put your feet up. Let's do this. First thing you need to do in order to deal with someone who's toxic is to first look at yourself just a little bit. What's going on with you that makes you the perfect prey for this predator we're calling a toxic person? Are you a people pleaser? Are you afraid of rocking the boat? Things like this, I'm telling you, toxic people are perpetrators. They are looking for people who are easy to manipulate. If they know they can put the fear of God in you, they're going to think, oh, I need that person in my life, whether it be a friend or some kind of coworker or romantic partner. Believe me, they know. So look at yourself a little bit. Are you the type of person who does not like to make waves? Also, look at the way you react to things. When things go on, do you freak out? Do you lose your control in regards to how you are dealing with a situation? Again, toxic people like that because your buttons are easy to push. And so they see that from a mile away, all right? Or sometimes they see the traits in people where they don't react hardly at all. So that means that there's a sense of acceptance or permission for you to allow them, for them to treat you that way. You know what I'm saying? So those are things that you should be looking for within yourself. I don't want to make this about you and that you brought this on yourself, but sometimes we have to look at how we are managing our own lives, and that kind of makes us a magnet to people who are jerks, all right? Next thing is trust your gut. Trust your gut. 9 times out of 10, probably 9.999% of the time, you are probably right. If something is telling you that this person's not right, something is wrong with them, why am I feeling exhausted, why am I feeling controlled, manipulated, whatever, chances are you are right. So keep those in mind when we're looking at having to deal with toxic people. It kind of starts with ourselves first. I hate to say it, but it's true. Again, as we're looking at you in regards to taking responsibility for yourself and dealing with somebody who's toxic, is beware. Don't get into this trap of, oh, I've been in this relationship for so long, I don't want to back out now because I'm this age, or we got this going on, I have too much invested, and I don't want to walk away from this. I love you too much, baby, to quit you, kind of thing. We put too much into this. No. And again, toxic people know that about you, that you are, well, you've been in this long, you might as well stay longer. They kind of know this, and so you're afraid of walking away from time, money, energy, resources, whatever you put in a relationship. You're afraid to walk away from it because you think you put in there too much. Again, they know that. So look at yourself and do not be afraid to walk away. Promise me. What else? Intermittent reinforcement. It's a big psychological word we use. What that really means is this. Let me translate it for you in regards to a relationship. This is, again, family, friend, romantic. You have somebody who can be, kind of a jerk or not nice to you for a long period of time. And all of a sudden, they'll be nice for like a day or 2 or 2 weeks. And you're thinking, oh, hey, we're turning the corner. Things are going to get better, right? So I'm going to stick this out. And then a couple days later after that, they're like the same toxic person again. And it goes like this all the time. And that's like a strong addiction because you keep on thinking something is going to change because you see these bright glimmers of hope. Oh, he's starting to get better. He's starting to change. So, or she, okay? Believe me, it can be a she. Okay, so really, it happens all the time where you hear these blips of light, like, oh, I have finally gotten through them. No, I'm sorry. It just doesn't work that way. They have this cycle where they can just continue to do that. What else? Set boundaries. And be okay with walking away. People throw out boundaries all the time. Boundaries this, boundaries that. What are boundaries? Basically say no. But it's not just about saying no. It's about okay with saying no. No, you can't come over. No, you can't borrow this money. No, I don't want you to treat me that way. But the thing is, anybody can say that, right? But can you deal with the fallout when they get ticked off because they don't get their way? And that's where people begin to crumble. So keep that in mind when we're talking about holding your ground and holding your boundaries. Can you deal with the reaction of how someone, they may not like you? Oh, a toxic jerk person may not like you anymore. Right? Okay. So pushback, as I was just talking about, when people get upset because, whoa, he or she's got a boundary. What the hell's going on here? I don't like this, right? So be expecting some things to happen. Okay? Let me give you some heads up right now. These people will do everything to, first of all, try harder to manipulate you, to try to make you feel bad, make you feel guilty. They will try to gaslight you. That's a buzzword everyone likes to use around here, right? Gaslighting, basically they want to turn it back on you, make you think you're the one who has the problem, you're the one who's wrong, you're the one who's like, you're crazy, it's not me, it's you, right? That sound familiar to you? Anybody? Right? So it happens, believe me. What else? Oh, they love to spread rumors about you. Once they realize that they can't have you, watch out, because a firestorm of rumors and lies are going to happen, and this I can promise you, because that is how people who are toxic like to work. Oh, I can't have you? Well, guess what? I'm going to make you look bad in front of all your friends and family. And sadly, people know that, and they get scared, and they think, I'm going to go ahead and stay in this bad relationship because I don't want people to talk bad about me because I know they'll believe this toxic person more than me. I know how it feels. Now, in all seriousness, what's really important is to not normalize abusive behavior. You know that analogy, the frog in the pot? Right? The frog in the pot where the water is not too bad, right? And all of a sudden, or really not all of a sudden, slowly the water is getting warmer and warmer, and the frog's like, I'm fine. Then all of a sudden, the pot is just way too hot, and they, okay, get the picture. When we accept things like mental abuse, emotional abuse, being humiliated, being called names, whatever, and that's just the verbal abuse. That's a slippery slope to physical abuse. The problem is people normalize it. Oh, that's how I grew up. Isn't that how everybody does their relationships? You begin to minimize. Oh, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. He or she didn't mean to do that. That's not what they meant. You normalize and you justify and think, oh, it's fine. I'm fine. It's okay. In all seriousness, it is never okay for anyone to disrespect you. Because you are a great person. Love yourself. Because that person sure is not loving you. Don't normalize abuse. So getting back on track to the toxic person, when they don't like what you're doing, that you're saying no and setting boundaries, let me tell you right now, things will possibly get worse before they get better. Oh, they'll start throwing tantrums. Like I said before, they'll start saying things and doing things that are really, really out of character. But because they're having a meltdown, that actually is a good sign, because it's showing them that you're not taking it anymore. And that's okay. So they'll try harder to manipulate you. They'll try harder to control you. But just sit back and watch the show. And watch them lose control while you regain your control. Remember, you don't have to help them through this crisis, or any crisis for that matter. If you stay with somebody, maybe you have to live with them. Maybe they are related to you. Maybe they're an in-law or whatever. You don't have to put up with their drama cycle crisis, because it goes around and around, and pretty soon they get you whipped up and involved with their stuff. You don't have to do that. You can just say, I love this saying, your crisis is not my emergency. That kind of thing. That's part of boundaries. That's part of self-love. So keep that in mind as a tactic to keep people at arm's length that you actually are forced to deal with. Don't judge. It's so easy to want to kind of retaliate against people or be mean to them. Once you figure out that they've been treating you bad for weeks, months, years, whatever, what you're going to want to do, I guess instinctively, is like just go off on them, cuss them out, or revenge or something. Don't. It's not worth it. All you're going to do, you may get that one glimmer of like puffed upness where you feel, oh, I've showed him. No one's going to treat me bad. But chances are, if you are a person who is sensitive like me and we have big hearts and we don't really like being mean to people, even when they feel like they deserve it, in the end, it won't make you feel better. It might be a good conversation, later with friends and family. Oh, I told them off, blah, 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 blah. But, in the long run, who's the bigger person? It's you. Be the bigger person. And speaking of which, in regards to being a bigger person, own your weaknesses and your faults. Toxic people love to point them out. And they'd like to make you feel like you're some kind of freak. Like there's something wrong with you, like you're broken. And that creates guilt and shame and isolates you. And you're thinking, well, golly, I must be a bad person. I don't want anybody to know. But guess what? If you own your stuff, they have no power over you to use against you. They can say, I'm going to tell this person, and this person about you. Well, you can say, go ahead, I don't care. I don't care. Go ahead and tell them. That is a boundary. That is called self-love. Focus, focus, focus. Focusing is very important. Focus on what? Being positive. Once you come out of that fog, or once you are trying to get out of that fog of toxic relation with somebody, it's very easy to fall into victim mode. You begin to think, oh, this person abused me psychologically, physically, verbally, whatever. And you start focusing on, oh, well, it was me and victim and I am... Then you start feeling like, oh, what is wrong with me? How could I have chosen this person in the first place? And it's just a downward spiral. Don't do that, because when you do that, you give away your power. You give away your power. This is about empowerment, where you want to feel positive, that you are overcoming something. Here's the thing. This toxic person, they're not losing any sleep, okay? You are. Because these thoughts, ruminations, obsessive thoughts, whatever, about your anger, bitterness, and resentment, don't. You're going to lose sleep. You're going to literally lose years off your life, okay? By stressing and keeping that bitterness inside. It doesn't work. Believe me. What else? Tribe, tribe, tribe. I always talk about tribes. Get your people. Toxic people, some of them, they'd like to isolate you from your friends and family who are healthy. They don't like them. I wonder why. They don't want you hanging out with them because they lift you up. So once you've ditched the douchebag, okay, or douchebagette, all right, baguette, that's funny. I just made it funny. Okay. All right, so surround yourself with positive people. You need that tribe to support you, because it's already bad enough with a breakup. Romantic, friendship, family, whatever. Be with people who not enable you, but are just positive vibes, support you, and will help you to feel better about yourself. That's what we really all need. And I recommend that to all my clients, whether they be counseling, coaching. Have a team of people who lift you up. Last but not least, forgiveness. It's not easy. Forgiveness does not mean acceptance. It means you are letting that shit go. Seriously. You have to let it go. If you hold on to it, again, do you know who you're giving your power to? Yeah, that person right there. You don't want that. You can forgive. You don't have to forget, because you are a stronger person. You've learned some new skills, some coping skills. You've learned some, what I call red flag skills, right? When other people who are toxic, who come in your life, you can say, whoa, okay, I recognized this before. This person, not so much. Forgiveness. There is an entire approach to therapy called forgiveness therapy, which I use all the time with my clients because they hold on to stuff that creates bitterness and anger and then depression, anxiety, etc., etc. Let it go. I'm not saying it's easy. I would never say that. But I will say this. It is possible, and it is for your own good. So, this is what my video is about this week. I hope you've gotten something positive from it. And if nothing else, remember, this is your life. This is your story. You have the power and the ability to write it and rewrite it as many times as you want. Check out my videos. When do they come out? What? Every Sunday? That's right, every Sunday. And check out my other videos. Hopefully in a couple seconds they'll pop up like right here, okay? If I've done my editing correctly, they'll pop up right here, all right? So, please subscribe. Please hit that bell. Hit me a thumbs up. Hit me a comment. Do something. Let me know you're out there. Please do that, all right? And if nothing else, please have a fantastic week.